Hey guys, Exellion here, and it is story time. Diablo 4 story time, that is. And before I get started, I would greatly encourage you guys to click on that subscribe button, click the notification bell as well to be notified of all future content that I will post here on this channel. In this video, I want to strictly convey my theory regarding Diablo 4 and what kind of twists and turns the story might take. As we know, the Diablo Immortal Technical Alpha just launched a couple weeks ago. I encourage you guys to check out my video giving a brief breakdown of the alpha itself as well as the game and its gameplay. In Diablo Immortal, we pick up shortly after the events of Diablo 2, where we defeated Baal and Tyrael destroyed the World Stone. In Diablo Immortal, one of the things we are charged with doing is tracking down and destroying the corrupted World Stone shards that remained after the World Stone was destroyed, as these shards could potentially bring back the Lord of Terror and other prime evils. In Diablo 3, we're dropped in to the aftermath of these events, where the world is already kind of running rampant with demons, and the Nephilim are starting to return and have the potential to defeat angels and demons. After the events of the prime evils and of Malthael, millions were slaughtered and the world was left in complete and utter ruin. When Malthael was destroyed, the 7 essences of the prime evils that was originally lodged into the Black Soulstone were released into the world. And that is where Diablo 3 left off, and that's where Diablo 4 is going to pick up. So in Diablo 4, we know a few things already. We know that monsters are reappearing at a rapid rate. The essences of the 7 primevals are out there somewhere. The powers of the Nephilim are getting stronger and stronger every day. As we can see in Diablo 3, we're doing literal trillions of damage. The Nephilim are growing stronger. This is not an accident. I guarantee it looks weird. People see Diablo 3 and think, wow, look at all those numbers. This is intentional, I feel like. The reason that we're seeing such crazy high numbers is because the Nephilim are growing more powerful. The next thing is that there is still no World Stone. There is no way to conceal Sanctuary from heaven and hell. There is no way to dampen the powers of the Nephilim. And this is really what I want to focus on in this video, is the World Stone. Originally, Lilith and Inarius created Sanctuary to be sort of a refuge and a place to hide from the eternal conflict. They did this using the World Stone. This same World Stone has been used to create other worlds. Worlds for angels, worlds for demons, but none of them have been successful until now. Sanctuary has arguably been the most successful world, I guess if you want to call it, where life has prevailed and continued to live on. Bringing it back to the World Stone, Inarius wanted to use it to increase his own power, as well as to dampen the powers of his children, because he knew of their potential. He knew that the Nephilim possessed such crazy potential that he needed to use the World Stone's power to dampen theirs. Lilith, on the other hand, wanted to use the World Stone to empower and further push the Nephilim to their potential. We know that Ildissian, the very first Nephilim, was able to overpower and defeat Inarius using the power of the World Stone. In fact, he even changed the very nature of the World Stone itself. Originally, Inarius had created Mount Arreat to be a protective shell around the World Stone, and he charged the children of Bolcathos to defend it and protect it from all evil and from anyone who might come in and try to use its power. The children of Bolcathos, as we know today, are the barbarians and the druids of Skazglen. It is no coincidence that Skazglen is going to be a major geographical point in Diablo 4. It's also no coincidence that the druid is returning to Diablo 4. I guarantee we are going to be seeing some lore and talking in depth about the family tree and the ancestry of the druids, which are the children of Bolcathos. Now, as we know, Lilith has been summoned with a blood ritual by a pale summoner, a mysterious figure. We don't know who this person is. Everyone has their theories. My theory is that it is not Rathma. Feel free to check out my video about that. I go into depth as to why I think it is not him and who I think it is. And we know that Lilith wanted to use the World Stone to empower her children. Lilith's motivation behind this power was to end the eternal conflict once and for all. We know that the original reason that Lilith was banished into the void by Inarius was because Inarius viewed the Nephilim as a threat and he wanted them to be destroyed. Lilith was not going to have this. She was going to defend her children until death, and she ended up slaughtering many of Inarius' followers, which therein led him to banish her into the void for all eternity. So I'm pretty sure Lilith is pretty pissed, and she does not have any good feelings toward Inarius or toward angels or the primevals. She just wants them all to die. And there's nothing more dangerous than somebody who seeks chaos and anarchy and just outright destruction of everybody. except for her own children. While she may seem like a kind of peacekeeper in our eyes since we are her children, we have to think about the balance in all things. You got to think about the good and the evil and the order that exists on Sanctuary. I could even see Inarius returning. I could see Hell releasing Inarius in some sort of tormented and disturbed form to take on Lilith yet again and attempt to banish her into the void again. But what does this all boil down to? What is the point I'm trying to make here? The World Stone. When the World Stone was destroyed, we know that many of its shards were scattered all across Sanctuary. It was such a grand explosion. An Ariat crater was formed. And in Diablo Immortal, you were supposed to go around and destroy all these shards. But is every shard destroyed? We don't know. I believe that Lilith will be using one of these shards, or rather locating a Soulstone shard somewhere in Sanctuary and using it to empower her children. It may not be as powerful as what the World Stone was capable of doing, but now that the World Stone is gone, the Nephilim's powers are already increasing at an alarming rate, and Lilith's powers combined with the powers of the World Stone shards could increase that even further. So I believe we are going to be given sort of a choice in the game. Maybe it won't be so RPG-esque. As our character, we will be given a choice to join forces with Lilith and fight the angels and the demons together and rule over Sanctuary and all of existence without any of this eternal conflict, or to side with the angels and demons against Lilith. I could really honestly see us joining forces with heaven and hell to defeat Lilith because of the power she's going to have, of all the Nephilim she's going to gather. We know that the Nephilim are more powerful than angels and demons. They're probably going to need our help. I know that seems like a really crazy twist, a really crazy turn, but I could totally see it, and I would love that. I know that the 7 essences of the primevals are out there somewhere in Sanctuary. We are definitely going to be fighting them as well, but maybe not initially. The story can take so many different turns, and I love the potential and the theorizing of this story and what possibilities are out there for it. I hope Blizzard does a good job and gives us a deep, thick story filled with love and hatred and good and evil and just emotion and passion behind everything. I hope you enjoyed this brief breakdown of what I think is going to happen in Diablo 4. Again, just sort of a TLDR, a summation of what I think the story is. Lilith is back. She wants to empower her children, the Nephilim, to fight the forces of good and evil, and we are going to be given a choice to side with Lilith or with the good and evil. Maybe it's not going to be so like choicey where you make a choice, but I think that's what it's going to come down to. Thank you all for watching this video. My name is Exellion. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell as well to be notified of any and all content that I post in the future about Diablo. Please feel free to follow me on my social media, on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, follow me on my Facebook page as well. Have yourselves a fantastic rest of the day, and I will see you next time.